They've sent me to Korea to test the new Daewoos. I came here in a Daewoo helicopter, got on a Daewoo bus, and I'm staying in a Daewoo hotel. All made by Daewoo, and they all work splendidly. This is a Daewoo piano. Unfortunately, I play the piano like a lobster plays tennis, but I can drive, which is just as well, because as well as all this other stuff, Daewoo also have 3 brand new cars. Daewoo have established a strong presence in the UK, despite having nothing to offer other than facelifted Astras and Cavaliers. No matter, they wooed the punters with 3-year warranties, free servicing, insurance and customer care to spare. If only the cars were a bit better, the thinking went, then surely Daewoo would clean up. Daewoo are a hungry corporation, 30 years old this year and with a $68 billion turnover. Reheating other people's leftovers was never going to be enough to satisfy their appetite. So they developed 3 all-new models from scratch in just 30 months. Visit their plant at Kunsan and you get the feeling that things are not being done by halves. In fact, Daewoo say that by the year 2000, they'll be building 2 million cars a year, 1 million of them here at Kunsan. And that is enough to satisfy the entire UK market. Just think of it, one day every car sold in Britain could be a Daewoo. And those 3 cars that will be coming our way in the next year are the Lanos, the Nubira, and for the aspirant executive, the Leganza. Starting with the Lanos, it'll be available as a 5-door, a 4-door saloon or a 3-door hatch. In the style stakes, the Lanos is perky and quite pretty, but unlikely to set hearts aflame. And guess what? It's the same inside. How does this grab you? Plain, easy-to-read instruments, finger-friendly switches, electrically operated door mirrors, air conditioning, a damn decent stereo with a CD player. Sounds good, doesn't it? And it is good. However, and it's a big however, if you're looking for the kind of delightfully deft touches that make a car like the Fiat Brava such an amusing environment to be in, then don't look here. Because Korean cars are all about common sense. Style, perhaps next year. To drive, well, it's fine. We'll get a choice of energetic 1.3 and 1.6 engines. The controls feel light, perhaps too light. It's very competent, but some way off the standards of slightly smaller super minis like the Polo and the Fiesta. But with prices expected to start at around $9,000, with all of Daewoo's bells and whistles, it's a much better package than Toyota's similarly priced Starlet. Next up comes Nubira, available in Britain as an estate or a saloon. Of the 3, I reckon Nubira is just about the best. On the road, it's a pleasant if unengaging companion. In the UK, we'll get a choice of 1.6 and 2-litre engines. Our test 2-litre was slightly harsh sounding and had a notchy gear change, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt because it wasn't even out of the pram in mileage terms. Inside, it's roomy and sensibly laid out. Size-wise, it's about the same as the Rover 400, about halfway between an Escort and a Mondeo. A bit small for repping, but a sensible size for a family car, and both the estate and saloon have plenty of room at the rear. The styling is generic new car, only that toast rack grille tells you that it's a Daewoo. And it will be fiercely priced, starting at around $11,500 and topping out at around $14,000. And last is the Leganza. Like its smaller brothers, it's an in-betweener in size terms, falling awkwardly between Retmobiles and Boss's barges like Omega and Scorpio. We only get one model, a 2-litre saloon, and guess what? Like Lanos and Nubira, it's a sensible, if slightly soggy drive. But it is probably the best value of all, as the base model should come in at a gobsmacking $14,000. Daewoo will have looked long and hard at all kinds of upscale executive autos, which is why we have climate control, a sophisticated stereo system, electrically operated seats. The thing is, you can wear a fez, but it doesn't make you Tommy Cooper. These three new Daewoos are no stooges. They are all practical, sensible, inoffensive, competent and good value for money. Owners of current Daewoos will love them, and they should win lots of new converts to the South Korean cause. But European mainstream cars grow bolder by the day, and they're better to drive to boot. Daewoo may be streets ahead on customer care, but when it comes to flair and fun, they're still playing catch-up. There will always be some people who, for whatever reason, feel that they need a new car. If you're one of those people and either can't afford or don't want to spend a lot of money, then these new Daewoos are just about unbeatable. The cars themselves are nothing special, although, need I point out, they are a considerable improvement on the warmed-over Vauxhalls that were Daewoo's last offering. These cars have all the imagination, soul and wit of domestic white goods. Microwaves or motor cars, it's all the same to Daewoo. But if they are utterly soulless, they are also ultimately sensible. Is that such a bad thing?